It is a wonderful thing how the individuality of every man, i.e. a certain particular character with a certain particular intellect, minutely determines his every thought and action, and like a penetrative dye, permeates even the most insignificant part of them, so that the entire life course, i.e. the inner and outer history, of each one differs fundamentally from that of all the others. As a botanist can recognize the whole plant from one leaf, as Cuvier can construct the whole animal from one bone, so an accurate knowledge of a man's character can be arrived at from a single characteristic action. And that is true even when this action involves some trifle. Indeed, this is often better for the purpose, for with important things people are on their guard, while with trifles they follow their own nature without much reflection. The true basis and propedeutic for all knowledge of human nature is the persuasion that a man's actions are, essentially and as a whole, not directed by his reason and its designs, so that no one becomes this or that because he wants to, though he wants to never so much, but that his conduct proceeds from his inborn and inalterable character, is more narrowly and in particulars determined by motivation, and is thus necessarily the product of these two factors. If you grasp this, you will also see that we can really never make more than a supposition about what we will do in any future situation, although we often think we have made a decision about it. If, e.g., a man undertakes to do this or that, should certain circumstances arise in the future, and gives this undertaking with the firmest intention of carrying it out, even with the liveliest desire to carry it out, this does not by any means ensure that he will carry it out, unless he is so constituted that his given promise itself, and as such becomes a constantly sufficient motivation, so that with regard to his honour it operates on him like an external compulsion. What he will actually do when these circumstances arise can, moreover, be predicted only from a true and perfect knowledge of his character, and of the external circumstances under whose influence he has then come, although if these conditions were met, it could be predicted with absolute certainty. The unalterability of our character and the necessary nature of our actions will be brought home with uncommon force to anyone who has on any occasion behaved as he ought not to have behaved, who has been lacking in resolution or constancy or courage or some other quality demanded by the circumstances of the moment. Afterwards he honestly recognizes and regrets his failing, and no doubt thinks, "I'll do better another time." Another time comes, the circumstances are repeated, and he does as he did before, to his great astonishment.